Well, medical marijuana has been legal for years here in the Bay State, and voters in Massachusetts pushed forward a ballot initiative in 2016 legalizing recreational marijuana. It sets up rules and a state-run agency to regulate so-called pot shops. But also in 2016, American voters ushered in President Trump. His choice for Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, is now cracking down on marijuana.
So federal law still prohibits any marijuana use, including medical, and the Attorney General wants federal prosecutors, including here in Massachusetts, to go after marijuana crimes. The U.S. Attorney for Massachusetts says that he might prosecute users and sellers here. Where does that leave Massachusetts and the law? Attorney Phil Tracy joins us live in studio tonight to explain some of this. Great to see you. What's the big picture here? What can people plan?
The big picture is total confusion. You know, and the public deserves and demands better out of our government, that we have direction as to what's legal, what's not legal. For the federal government to say, you know, we're going to go after people, that sends a chilling effect through especially the medical marijuana community, because Obama had put in some safeguards to prevent them from prosecution, but now they're worried that the attempt by the Attorney General Sessions and our Attorney General, our U.S. Attorney, could have a tremendously chilling effect. Putting aside the fact the voters voted for it, and the legislature, to their credit, has been working hard to make it so that the regulations are in place when it's finally allowed to be sold to the public.
And that's supposed to be this summer. You're a defense attorney. Let's say one of your clients comes to you. They are operating a marijuana business. They say, we're in trouble with the feds. They're threatening to prosecute. What's your advice to that business?
My advice is simply this, that I think that it's clear that the mandate of the public is that they can sell under regulatory, proper regulatory acts. On the other hand, there's a black market out there. Pot has been sold for many, many years. So it's just a bad situation. I would say to somebody, hopefully Congress will step in between now and this summer, and we'll get some clear-cut resolution. But I would love to defend somebody in that case, because is there reasonable doubt? One part of your government says you can do it. Another part says it doesn't. It has a broad effect, though, because federal banks will not allow you to put money in the bank. So if you had a business, you can't put money in a bank that is federally funded. And so there's so many ripple effects to this. It's got to get straightened out.
Right. And I do think people make a distinction between recreational marijuana, which was only recently legalized, and medical marijuana, which has been legal for years. The dispensaries have been set up. There are patients that rely on this.
No
so
question.
where do they go to appeal this decision?
Well, let me say this. It's the court of public opinion, led by Governor Baker. He said the right thing. Why aren't we spending money on the opioid crisis instead of pursuing or prosecuting marijuana, low-level marijuana people who are, you know, they're going to be selling to a shop or cultivating for a shop? If you're trying to start a business and put money in the bank and put people to work and it's legitimate, I think that's the wrong direction for the government, and Baker is absolutely right. We better concentrate on the opioid crisis, because it gets worse every year, if you notice, and it's terrible across the country, not just Massachusetts.
At the end of the day, is there a legal precedent for this? We have a state saying it's legal, the feds say it's not. A client comes to you, they've been charged by the feds with using marijuana. Who wins in that case, the feds or the state law? Is there precedent?
Well, I think the feds would be foolish to go out and prosecute somebody like John Q. Citizen, who invested in a business to sell legal marijuana, the legal way, not the black market way, and they go and arrest him. I would stand up in front of a jury and say, is there not reasonable doubt that this man had a right to go forward here, and can you prove a case against him beyond a reasonable doubt? I don't think so.
And as more states legalize, it's really becoming a big states' rights issue, right?
It certainly is. I mean, you know, you can go back all the way to slavery, when states' rights and federal government clashed. That clash doesn't often happen, but it does happen, and clearly the states, you know, have the right to regulate themselves. That's the way the law should be, that they can regulate it themselves.
We'll have a lot more to talk about in the months to come. Phil Tracy, thank you so much.